Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Today we continue our series of seeing how some of the DLC weapons hold up in the base game of Elden Ring. So, for today's video, we are going to be using the Blood Fiend's Fork to beat the game. If there are any DLC weapons or builds you would like to see used in future playthroughs, feel free to comment them down below. Starting off, I went with the hero class that gives us basically all the stats we need to use the weapon. Then once I made it to Limgrave, I get started gathering levels and items for the future. That wasn't that bad. With 36 levels and a +4 weapon, I decided it was time to take on Margit and Godrick. Hey, here we go. I think this is going to be a good run, simply because this is a bleed weapon, and we're obviously going to be running like a multi-hit build for it. And I feel like any bleed with a multi-hit build is normally like really good. Plus the animations for this weapon are actually pretty solid. Yeah, I didn't think that was gonna hit me. Trying to get an Ash of War off here. Or we'll just back up and take this. Nice bleed. Dude, I keep... I want to get like more Ash of Wars off, but I don't know how possible it's going to be. To this day, I still don't know how to dodge that. I gotta back up. This isn't looking good for me. I actually kind of like that Ash of War. I figured it was going to be a problem because it'd take too long, but it's actually not that bad. Maybe some bosses it might not be the greatest for, but for so far it's been perfectly fine. Oof. All right, not bad. I think that was just a lot of me just not dodging. So far so good. You know, so the light attacks are like they're not like super speedy, but they're pretty solid. Heavy attacks are probably not gonna do heavy attacks just because they're a little long. Maybe in some situations later with other bosses, but for right now I don't see the use of heavy attacking. Okay, here we go. Basically going to be the same game plan as last time, just obviously light attacks, get a Ash of War in there whenever we can, just try to stay alive, try to get those bleeds to proc. There's a bleed. A little too early. Like right here, we should be able to get Ash War off. Okay, we're gonna Ash of War here and hopefully get another bleed proc. Okay, no bleed yet. I don't know if that was one. Oof. Pretty good. Pretty good. I do kind of like the Godskin talisman. I feel like it's kind of just a quality of life thing. I don't know how well it's gonna do later in the game, but right now, I mean, I don't see any problem with it. With Godrick defeated, we make our way into Liurnia Lakes, where we gather several more weapon upgrades and take on the Red Wolf along with Rennala. Okay, here we go. I don't really see this being a problem. I think we get one bleed off and it's basically over. Getting an Ash of War? I don't know how possible that's going to be. Okay, I don't think getting a full one is possible. Okay, well, we got one bleed on him. It's not bad, man. I really don't think this weapon is bad. Okay, here we go. Hopefully this is not like last video to where I'm chasing her for like 30 minutes. Because that was ridiculous. When are we in one cycle? It's not looking like it. We're gonna take this. We're gonna Ash of War at the start. Okay, pretty good. It's one bleed on her. Oh, don't do me like that. You're still here? Oof. That was close. This is so annoying. Bro, this is ridiculous. Like, am I just fighting her wrong? If I'm fighting her wrong, let me know. Because I feel like this is, like, recently, this has been getting really, really bad. Where it's just me running away permanently. I don't know. I thought the weapon did fine. I thought the Astral War was really good for this fight. Because it stun locked her long enough for me to get the entire thing off. Other than that, yeah, I mean, the weapon did perfectly fine. I just don't know what else I'm supposed to do there. Now that Rennala is defeated, we make our way towards the capital where we get our weapon to a plus 19, as well as take on the Tree Sentinel, Godfrey, Radahn, and finally, Morgott. Alright, it's time for you to go. Okay, here we go. Hopefully we can get him really low before he starts, you know, running around and doing all that other stuff. Oof. Okay, not bad, honestly. That's not good. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think we're getting another Astral War off. So we're just gonna continuously do jump attacks and light attacks after he goes in. – I almost didn't dodge. It was also almost very early. Just gonna go ahead and get out of that. Oof. I didn't think we were gonna get that bleed. Pretty good, honestly. This weapon's getting a lot better. Okay, here we go. This guy can't bleed, so that might be a little bit of a problem. I mean, this is basically all we can do the entire fight. And he's dead. I mean, not bad. I feel like it doesn't do too bad of damage for not being able to bleed there. That was just raw damage from it. Wasn't bad. Pretty good. You have got to be kidding me. What? Okay. Surely this is the one. I think what we're doing is fine. It's just as soon as he gets low, I just refuse to dodge. Okay, there. That one was a lot better. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I'm trolling. I'm actually trolling. I'm... Dude, what am I doing? The weapon's fine. Like, it did pretty good. It was proccing the bleed pretty quickly. The Astral War was actually hitting for a decent amount. It was also healing me for a lot, which I noticed. Yeah, those the deaths are obviously and clearly on me. Like I'd get them so low, and then I just would refuse to dodge, and then bam, dead. The weapon did good, man. It's solid for now. Okay, here we go. I don't know why I did that first. I feel like this is gonna be really good against them. I feel like bleed has always been one of Morgott's weaknesses. I should have just kept attacking. I'm just gonna take this now, because why not? I want to get more Ashes of War off. Pretty good. I think we're gonna try and get in here and get our Ash of War off. He's gonna come to me. I could have Ash of Ward there. Oof. That was almost way too early. Not pretty good. That was fun. That's probably with this weapon, that's the most entertaining boss I've fought so far. Pretty good. With Morgott defeated, we make our way into the mountaintops of the Giants, where we max out our weapon and boss rush the rest of the game. Okay, here we go. This is either going to be incredibly long, or I feel like it'll be pretty fast, depending on how quickly we can proc the bleed. It's going to be the same method, though, as normal. First phase, we're just going to spam the Ash of War on his ankle with some light attacks, and then second phase is just going to be light attacks. No way we're rolling already? No way we're rolling again? That was a bleed. What the? Dude, what am I doing? I don't even know what that was, man. That was a massive bleed. Should be close to another one. I think it'll be it once we get another bleed. Oof. Close. I think this is it. There we go. Yeah, like I said, it's either going to be really long or, you know, it's going to do really good. I think it did really good. Those bleeds were huge. Okay, round 2. I think we are going to Ash War spam. I think the big guy needs to go first. Can I move? Well, this isn't going as well as I thought it would. Dude, I just refuse to dodge any of that. Oh, I got it. Well, I thought that was going to be a lot better, but clearly not. I just don't think this weapon innately, I guess it could just because bleeds on it, but it just doesn't do enough damage with just normal attacks, if that makes sense. Like, the bleed goes crazy. It's the normal attacks that aren't really doing that much. I guess I could swap it from bleed, but then the bleed procs wouldn't be as big. So I don't know. We'll just keep using it like this for now, and then we'll test some stuff out later. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna be honest, I couldn't tell you what was gonna happen here. This first phase is either gonna be really painful or not that bad. Second phase is normally not a problem. Getting an Ash of War off though? Dude, I don't think so. I guess we could there. Alright, ignore everything I said. That's what I was scared for, was that move right there, but I think it just depends on where we initiate the Ash of War from. Nice bleed. Oof. Oh my god. Oh, I thought that was gonna kill me. Very good, actually. I think the thing with this is, I'm losing, this might be for most bleed weapons, but from the ones I've used, it hasn't been this case. I'm like proccing bleed very quickly, but the damage I do up to proccing the bleed is very, like, it's not the greatest. You know what I mean? And that's what it feels like is happening with this weapon. But when those bleeds do proc, oh, dude, they're huge. Dude, I don't know how this is gonna go. Obviously, I hope this is over the first try, and it's pretty quick. But I feel like that's just not going to be the case. I am going to start out with an Ash of War. After that, it's free game, man. I have no plan. Okay, well, he doesn't read most of the Ash of War. That might have been one of the quicker ones we've ever done. Normally he gets a heal off. He did not get a heal off there. That was pretty impressive, I will say. That was very impressive. Here we go. Honestly, I think the second phase of this is going to be pretty solid. Just because I feel like every time I use the Ash of War, it instantly procs Blood Boss buildup. I'm just gonna take this now. That was a terrible idea. Okay. Okay. Oh, get me out. All right, we're good. Yeah, I want to try and get an Ash of War off when he does the little jumping thing and goes on the ground, or this. Yeah, see, it just like instantly procs bleed. We'll probably do it here too. He's gonna jump. That was almost too early. Alright, this should be it. Or not. Sorry if you can hear my keyboard spam. I'm just gonna keep going in. There we go. Yeah, like I said, I felt like that one was gonna be pretty solid. Now the problem is the next two bosses. Okay, so here's the problem. Neither of these guys... Well, I know the Elden Beast cannot be bled. I don't know about Radagon. I'm like 90% sure he can't be. So this is where problems come into play. I don't think we do enough damage without a bleed proc to safely do this, I should say. But I will give it a run. If I feel like we're good, I'll leave the bleed build on. If not, we'll have to go to like I don't even know if you can put strength on this, like affinity on this with the blood tax. We'll have to figure something else out. So let's go ahead and give it a try. Okay, I do have standard on now, so we can see if this makes any difference whatsoever. Okay. All right. Uh, I have no plan. I'm just gonna Ash War spam or something. It's kind of a problem. You cannot be for real. I have no idea where the edge of the map is, so... No. Dude, I didn't think we'd ever be done with that. I thought that was it right there. I thought it was completely over. Swapping it from standard, or from bleed to standard was, I mean, I don't think it made a difference almost at all. I mean, this is one of those weapons to where it's not good for every single boss, but when it matters, or when it doesn't matter, it's really good. When it does matter, it's not the greatest. What I mean by that is, for instance, you're at the end of the game. You're at some sort of boss that can't be bled. This weapon is basically useless. Now, throughout the entirety of the playthrough, it has been nothing but solid. Very good. I'm not going to say great, or it's nothing crazy, but it was good. It's just once you get to this end boss, it's, I mean, you guys just seen, it was basically useless. I was doing almost no damage with just normal attacks. Yeah, the Asher War was good. I will say this. When it comes to this and the build that you gave me, this was pretty solid. And the Asher War healing me, along with the Swaddling Cloth, I like that a lot. This is something I never would have thought of using. Yeah, it doesn't give you any like additional damage, but when you do that Asher War, say you're at like, you're missing like 25% of your HP, 50. I mean, this is a significant boost. Like I noticed there was a couple times where I knew I got hit and I was like, okay, after this attack, I need to, I need to take a flask. And then I look back up and I'm full HP because this thing, the Asher War and this combined together healed me for a ton, which I thought was crazy. Now, going this, obviously, you're going any multi-hit build. This is just really good. I think this could have been swapped for something. I don't know what, but I feel like the multi-hit was good, but I don't think it was as good as I thought it was going to be. And then obviously this is just my filler that I throw on here. You guys know this. I just give this to myself as a filler. It's not really hurting anything. I went with this armor set because I believe the total is 14%, but this boosts all like blood spells, anything that has to do with bleeds for the Asher War. This boosts it by 14%. I think each piece is a certain percentage. I did want to try this, but I didn't think this would be this. In my opinion, I didn't see a difference when I used this. I mean, yeah, I like the animations. The animations are pretty quick, pretty solid. Heavy attack is, I don't know if I showed the heavy attack, but it's basically just, and I mean, I feel like it doesn't do that much more damage, so I don't really see a use using it. Other than that, man, I mean, I feel like it could have been a lot worse. Maybe I'm just doing this wrong. Maybe I built wrong around it, or like didn't do it correctly. I went 50-50 arcane strength. I think this was default, but this is also adding the Millicent prosthesis. I only did 40 vigor. It's nothing. This isn't like a super like needy build that I did. Maybe some of these weapons that I say just aren't the greatest, because I feel like this is the final test, right? Status ailments on these guys really aren't the greatest, other than like Radagon with fire. He's weak to fire. I don't think the Elden Beast is weak to anything other than like the Godskin fire, the like white and black flames that they do. And I feel like this, like, if this was a test, it did not pass this test. But everything else, it did perfectly fine. So I will give it, the majority of the credit is going to the rest of the game, because I know the two final bosses aren't really that big of a deal compared to everything else. I will say this did fairly solid against every other boss, some of them better than I thought it would. The Godskin duo, it didn't do that great just because the innate damage of the weapon isn't that crazy. Other than that boss, the Godskin duo, and these two, perfect. Perfectly fine. Very good. So, would I recommend this to somebody? Probably not. I think there's several better bleed weapons. The range is a bonus. Maybe rocking two of these is the play. Or this and another spear. Maybe that's where this thing is like pretty crazy. I don't know. If you guys have another build for this, obviously let me know. I'm always looking for new builds, new things to try. But yeah, I think it's good. I just don't think it's like great. I don't think it's crazy. Yeah, that's the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching. That's the end of the video. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you're new. Thanks for watching. Peace.
An age of fracture.
Beautiful.